Hi, so in this video we're going to take you through the Gazepoint analysis software system and GP3 eyetracker setup in a typical experimental situation. So we're going to have a subject, Johnny, come in, sit down in front of the eye tracking system in the display, and then we're going to show some display content while the experimenter records the data and then does the analysis. So the first thing you do is you have the subject sit comfortably. So you ask them to sit comfortably and relaxed. They shouldn't have to put their head in any awkward position. You shouldn't have to raise them or lower them on the chair. Simply have them seat themselves comfortably and then give them the feedback image which shows their face. And it's really important to show them what's going on, and it gives them an idea of what the field of view is, what the range of motion is. We have a depth measure which gives you the depth of focus, the ideal depth of focus. So we can see here that the eyes are being tracked really well, the pupil and glints are being tracked. Now I can manipulate the eye tracker sort of left and right by just changing the display, and then the GP3 is on these pivots, and so I can just pivot the eye tracker up or down depending on the subject's height. And so the subject should never have to move for the system to track them properly. So once it's tracking, then we'll start the calibration process. So I'll grab that back. And it's really just a 5-point calibration, takes a few seconds. The subject will automatically look at the points. Try not to distract them by waving your hands or talking to them, because that will often have them then look at you. So we'll just run, let's say, a 9-point calibration. The 9-point calibration gives you a little bit better, a little bit more accuracy, but takes a little bit longer. So it depends on which trade-off you're looking for. So we'll just run this one through, and I can see here the user's eyes and make sure that everything's going smoothly here. And then you have the subject just look at a few points on the screen and make sure that it all works. Okay, so I'm going to close that. And now we're done with the whole eye tracking setup and calibration. We're going to run our experiment now. So I've got a video loaded into the project. This has some dynamic AOIs that I've preloaded. And now I'm just going to run the recording system, which will then display the video on this screen. And I can see in real time where the gaze marker is. I can see the user's face and keep sort of aware of exactly what's going on, where are they looking as they look through the content. So it takes about 20 seconds for this particular clip. And now we can actually analyze that right away. So we go to the analysis mode, let's say turn it on the heat map. And now we can do a heat map in real time in real-time display of where the user was looking on the content. You can see it moving around the screen. So that's a very quick way to get some feedback on was that recording successful, and then you can ask the user to leave and have another subject come in and collect more data. It's as easy as that. Now, when you have data where the user is going to manipulate the display, so if it was, let's say, web content or screen capture, we recommend that you have just a wireless keyboard and a wireless mouse, and then that will manipulate the browser or the web page or whatever content that you're going to have the user operate on the eye tracking machine on their display. And that's all there is to it. So thank you.